right, it's election season, and let's talk about Christians voting, or some popular phrases that are being thrown around right now, and that is Christian nationalism and the good old tried and true, you can't legislate morality. So Christians have always been told you can't try to legislate morality whenever we head to the voting booth. Whenever we speak up about something that we believe is wrong, we are told you cannot legislate morality, or don't try to legislate your Christian morality. And now we're being hit with this new one about an accusation of being a Christian nationalist. Okay, so you've got to do a little bit of digging online to actually come up with a definition of what it is, but they're different. You'll find different definitions by different organizations. And let me just tell you this. If you hear nothing else in today's podcast, listen to this. Christians should vote for what is good. Christians should vote for what is right. Christians should vote their morals. That's literally the only thing we should vote, is our morals. So, if you are accused of being a Christian nationalist, first thing you should say is, and all patched members of Men's Alliance just said, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by Christian nationalist? Can you explain that term for me? And that right there will stop 85% of the people in their tracks, because they're just accusing you of something that they've heard online and they don't know what it is either. So first of all, don't start defending yourself of an accusation that cannot be defined. So make the person define it. Like I said, it takes a while to find any coherent definition of what Christian nationalism is, other than simply a label that non-Christians want to put on you. And yeah, I do say non-Christians because while I know that a lot of people who claim to be Christians are saying Christian nationalism is wrong, I truly question whether they've actually been born again if they can literally not vote for their Christian morals. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want you guys to understand that morality should be legislated, can be legislated, and in fact is the only thing legislated. I want you to think about this. Every single law that we have tells you not to do something wrong because it's not right. That's legislating morality. Tax code laws are legislating morality. They're saying that you must pay this much, and if you pay less than that, you are wrong. That is a moral statement of what's right and wrong. No jaywalking. That is a right versus wrong behavior. This behavior is wrong. This behavior is right. Don't do what is wrong. Everything from tax code to jaywalking to grand theft to felony home invasion, every law tells us that one behavior is right and its opposite behavior is wrong. That's called morality. In case you're unsure, here is the dictionary definition of morality. Morality, principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong or good and bad behavior. There you go. Morality is the distinction between right and wrong, good and bad behavior. So when we say that abortion is murder and we're countered with you cannot legislate morality, well, we should ask, what do you mean by that? What does that mean you cannot legislate morality? Explain that. Try to formulate your own answer to that. You'll have a hard time, because as soon as a person tries to explain that you cannot legislate morality, they're going to discover that every law legislates what's right and what's wrong. Morality is the only thing that can be legislated, and we should absolutely continue to legislate it. We don't want people kidnapping, stealing, murdering, burning, raping. This is legislating morality. It's what creates a civil society. Now, back to this new claim about Christian nationalism. Christian nationalism is the label that is being applied to Christians who are voting, or Christians who are vocal, Christians who are taking a stand. They've got a new label that they're trying to put on us, saying you're trying to be a Christian nationalist. Now, the best definition I could find that I would use if I were on the other side is saying it is the belief that Christians in America want to create a theocracy, which is a form of government that is a rule by God, which, okay, that's a coherent definition, but I find it funny because I don't know of anybody advocating for that, right? That is what theocracy is, what the Hebrew people had in the Old Testament before they had kings and judges. They were just directly ruled by God. There's been no theocracy that I'm aware of since then. And certainly no American Christian is out advocating the destruction of the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of the American government and in favor of a direct rule by God. So I don't think anyone is actually a Christian nationalist, if that is the definition. But they don't know the definition anyway. They're just saying it's people who are trying to turn America into a Christian nation. That's the street definition that you're going to hear. And absolutely, I embrace that definition. I am doing everything I can, even though I know I'm fighting a losing battle, like trying to hold back the ocean tide. I am prayerfully doing everything that I can to make America as close to a Christian nation as possible, right? I'm voting my Christian morals. I'm doing things like this. I'm podcasting to help train and equip others to do the same. And I'm praying for not only our country, I'm praying for the leaders of our country, even when I don't agree with them. I'm praying for the president of the United States, whomever that may be, because that's what we should do. And I'm also praying for God to show mercy on us as a nation, because even though we are drastically off course, we are still filled with many, many Christians who are trying to do what's right. And so I pray that God withholds his judgment from us as a nation despite our sins and our moral wrongs. So, guys, don't let the world silence you by telling you can't legislate morality or by labeling you a Christian nationalist. Ask them what they mean by that. And if they mean that we're doing everything we can to pray and vote for a return to Christian values, absolutely, they're right. I would embrace that label. If you get me a hat that says Christian nationalist, I would gladly wear it. Guys, thank you. Be bold ambassadors.